Welcome to Giants Outsiders. I am Therese Vignal. That's not Grant Brisbee.
I'm just going by not Grant today.
Change the lower third to not John Wilson.
That should not say at who is John Wilson. It should say at not Grant.
At not Grant. That's right. Grant Brisbee is not here. Can we actually show the tweet of Grant and where he is exactly?
What is Grant doing? What's he
Grant
up to?
is, hi, this is a scheduled tweet because I am drunk in the mountains somewhere without reception, but I wanted to let you know that I'm drunk in the mountains and unable to attend tonight's show. Please advise. Thanks, Grant. Thanks for that.
You know how I know I'm not Grant? Because I would be drunk on my couch, not in the mountains.
Yeah.
We'd be watching Netflix. Yeah.
So that's why Grant's not here. He's drunk in the mountains somewhere. But we're happy to have John on, so do not fret. He's great. We're going to still have a ton of fun. And how we always start off our show is by doing best and worst. And I'm already getting some feedback from people on Facebook Live because that's where else you can join us. Go to NBC Sports Bay Area's Facebook page and join the live conversation, or join us on Twitter and use #GiantsOutsiders to join the conversation as well. Because there's not a whole lot of worse from tonight's game.
It was a good game.
It was a good
It was
game.
a good month.
7-0 win over the Diamondbacks.
Incredible, yeah.
So, do you want to kick things off with some best and some worst?
So first of all, I got to ask, what would Grant do?
Grant usually goes first.
Well, if Grant goes first, then I'm going second.
Fine.
Because I'm not Grant. I went so far as to not be Grant that, like, I've got the glasses. Grant doesn't wear glasses. Backwards hat. Never seen him do that. Hoodie.
Sweatshirt.
I'm sweating it
There's
out.
no way.
I'm
there's
sweating
no
it
way
out
this
to not
is
be
staying
Grant.
on you the whole time.
And I don't
it's
have
hot in here.
I don't have a cat.
Okay, fine. I will go first. I'm gonna start things off right away by saying best tonight is Derek Rodriguez.
Okay.
And the performance
D-Rec?
that he had. What were you calling him? D-Rec?
Because he has a C and a K in his name.
Don't call him Pudge. He ain't Pudge.
What, can he be Baby Pudge? What's the littler
He
version
doesn't
of
look
Pudge?
like a baby though.
Can he be Baby Fat? Is that
No.
is that a new nickname for him?
All right, Derek Rodriguez is definitely a best from tonight. 6 1/3 innings pitched, only 6 hits, no earned runs.
It's pretty
no
good.
runs at all, only 2 walks, struck out 5. The Rook was doing work again. I was hoping he would get through 7.
Yeah, he was close.
He was close, but then it was only 1 out, 1 aboard, and it was looking like he was slowing up a little bit. So Boch decided to go to the pen.
Yeah, it was really nice to see him coming off what was his best start of the season with probably his best start of the season. He goes back to back, and his last start was the first time that he'd gone 7 innings. Tonight was, I think, 2/3 of an inning away from also going 7 consecutive starts.
Yeah.
So out of a young guy, you like to see that. He's got no fear. He's playing well. What more could you ask for? And, courtesy of Alex Pavlovich, I learned tonight that he threw his fastest pitch of the season, 95.8 miles an hour. So
We should make that a segment.
Locked
the more
in,
you know,
shut
courtesy
out.
of Alex Pavlovich.
almost hit 96 on the radar gun. What a night for the kid.
Yeah. And to top that off, it was another best that I had was Ty Block then coming in for him and 1 runner on. And you're probably thinking to yourself, if you're Derek, like, please don't let that my one person I let on base, please don't let him score. And Ty Block did awesome. He did an inning in 2/3, scoreless, struck out 2, did his job.
And actually, it led to our GIF of the night. Is it okay toss into that? And
You call it a
Get
GIF,
that
don't
early?
you dorks.
So that's another reason I'm not Grant. And that's how you can differentiate us, because Grant, G, he goes GIF. I'm John, I go GIF.
I go GIF.
It's GIF.
No, GIF, GIF.
GIF,
no,
soft
GIF,
G.
GIF. No, I get the
GIF.
creator of it calls it GIF.
When you
but
create something, you get to name it.
no,
You get to
starts
name
with
it.
a
You get to come up with
G,
it.
And I know your argument. What about giraffe?
What about
All right,
giraffe?
Get to
What
your,
about giraffe?
Get to your GIF of the week.
So I'm going to plug my own Twitter account here, shameless plug. GIF of the night. Therese actually pointed this out, so I'm going to give her the photo cred. Derek Rodriguez reacting to
Ty
Block, excuse me, I was going to say Derek Holland. It's too many Dereks.
Too many Dereks.
Derek Rodriguez reacting to Ty Block getting out of the inning in which he had an inherited runner. The runner would have been charged to him if it scored. So he's doing what we all would have done, and he's saying a little prayer there that he didn't get any runs charged to him for the night.
Yeah.
Attaboy, D-Rec. Attaboy.
So one of my other best from tonight that looked like it was going to be a worst was when in the bottom of the first and that ball got hit over to Hansen, and he kind of tripped over it and stumbled a little bit, but then sent a rocket for them to get a rundown and catch Lamb before,
Heck of a
in
play.
between third and
Heck
home,
of a
which
play.
was awesome. But you also found out some cool stats about.
So I'm going to build off that because
Yeah.
that was actually one of my best. The fact that the Giants had 2 outfield assists tonight. You don't see that all that often and really in any baseball game, and it was within the first 2 innings. So 2 innings in and we already have 2 outfield assists.
Who is this team?
Seriously. So Gorky's had one, I think, in the second inning.
Yep.
Hansen had that one in the first inning. So the defense was on point to begin the game. And Hank Schulman actually tweeted out a stat that we both were kind of like, wow. The Giants now have 12 outfield assists after those 2. They had only 20 of all of last season. So we're barely at the midway point, and they're well past the pace they were on last year. So, I mean,
And wasn't it last year the outfield that everyone was freaking out about?
Yeah.
Now the outfield is producing offense and defense.
yeah, so the fact that they had 2 outfield assists tonight, definitely one of my best. Another best, I mean, we really can't bury the lead here too far, and that's June.
Yeah.
They had an 18-10 month, and as we said, if you were watching Facebook a little before the TV show started, this was the first winning month that they've had since June of 2016. So they've gone 2 full calendar years without having a winning month. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. It was. Who is this team?
So the fact that they got back to a winning month, and they were 500 on the road this month, which for the season has been really a big bugaboo for them.
Yeah.
They've been no bueno on the road, just to be frank. So the fact that they were 6-6 this month on the road is a positive sign. The fact that they're 8 games over 500 is a positive sign, and hopefully that's a trend that we see going forward.
We'll dive into that later in Fair or Foul. So let's read what some of the audience is saying on Twitter and on Facebook. At Sam Bruno Jess, best besides D-Rod, the hitting by B-Craw and Kutch. Worse, leaving men on base, but honestly can't complain too much with 7 on the board. Shelly on Twitter, best Derek Rodriguez was outstanding, and I love that they scored so many runs. Worse, I got nothing for you. Woohoo! Kyle on Facebook, best B-Craw, Kutch, Rodriguez, making up another game in the division. Pablo, and there are no worse in all caps.
I think Carmen and I are going to get into a fight because she
Uh-oh.
just said worst, worst, thinking I like John until he said GIF.
See? Okay.
Carmen,
Yep. Okay.
you know where I work,
Danny-
Carmen.
Danny,
You
moving
know
on.
where I work.
Danny on Facebook says best B-Cross home run. That was an awesome solo shot home run. 10th of the season for Brandon Crawford. At Mike Doc is going D-Rod, best. Hard to find a worse tonight. At SF Giants fan 021, best Derek Rodriguez is a beast. Worst leaving 8 men on base, I guess. We have Brad on Facebook, best Rodriguez solid outing, and Kutch 3-hit game by McCutcheon tonight.
Yeah, he had a good night.
Amy on Facebook, the best tonight, the defense tonight, and offense, and wow, Derek. Of course I'm yelling because that was all in caps. Thanks so much, Amy.
She's got to act it out. We said
Worst,
this.
You're going to have to tell me your worst, Therese, because I'm finding it hard to come up with anything. So here are my 2 worst from tonight, and I'm being very nitpicky. The worst that I had was the error from Crawford, the throwing error from Crawford. I know, nitpicky, but the thing is, you have such a high expectation for Brandon Crawford and the defense that he plays. The offense has definitely come along, and now he is this superstar, but the defense has always made him an outstanding
Absolutely.
shortstop, and when
Absolutely.
he does make errors, you're disappointed, right?
Well-
Yeah. But then my other worst from tonight was that turn ahead the clock stupid game that was
Hey.
going on in Seattle, the cut up, the no sleeve shirts and the different colors, and it was weird. It was weird seeing Denard span suns out, no suns out, guns out, as you said.
Look, D. Gordon got to wear his hat backwards.
Okay, I was
Clearly,
fine
I'm a
with
fan of that. So,
no
that was
shirts
the
tucked
best.
in, but then they made him tuck him in, so it was just
no
a weird.
sleeves, backwards
it was a weird
hats.
game.
I'm in.
So real quick, as my final best, because there were so many bests from tonight, before tonight's game, let's get social really quick with John Miller on Instagram. If you do not follow John Miller on Instagram, this is by far one of the best things ever. And he he put on Instagram, getting the band back together with all those fun music emojis, and then hashtag reunion tour, hashtag Kruk Kipe John Flem, hashtag John Paul George Ringo, hashtag squad goals. I'm going to stop. You just have to go follow John Miller on Instagram. It's a solid follow. If not for his stand-up his stand-ups that he does after games, but for posts like this, his hashtag and emoji game are strong.
Did you see how young Dave looked? Compared,
I know.
like a baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to take a little break, but we're still going to talk to you on Facebook, Twitter, all the social spheres. We have Fair and Foul coming up next. We just did Best and Worst. Where are you, Therese? I'm here. Here we go. And we're going to talk about Bochy making decision to go with Hansen tonight over Slater.
Controversial.
We're going to talk about the Giants' road trend this month as well. And then we're also going to talk about who's going to be the odd pitcher out when Samardzija and Cueto come back. So many things. So join us on all the social spheres while we go to a commercial break to find out what exactly the topics are going to be.
And it's Jiff.
No more. All right. All right, people. First fair or foul topic tonight. We're going to jump into Giants finish 6-6 on the road this month. Can they continue this road trip trend the rest of the season? Fair or foul? Fair
We hope so.
or
I mean,
foul?
that would make a
huge
huge difference in their record for the end of the
Yeah.
year.
We'll keep that one short because I feel like the other two are really going to get
Yeah, I
Peeps.
can.
peeps wild.
I can lay down my basic, like 4th grade math that I did
Yeah.
to project their
Yeah.
record for
Bring
the
out
rest
your
of the
nerd
season.
stats.
Yeah,
That's a very Grant thing.
I'm not going to claim that I'm great at math. I just remember how to do like the fraction equals another fraction, but like one of them is like an x, like x over a number.
Yeah.
So you cross multiply and divide.
Oh my gosh. Wendy says hi from Ohio. Ohio.
What's going on with LeBron over there?
Oh, stop. All right. Fair or foul? Let us know if you think the Giants can continue this road trip trend the rest of the season. 6-6 on the road for the month of June. 17-26 on the road overall so far this season.
I think 18 and 26 after tonight.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sorry, I need to add that in there.
But still to be 8 under 500 for the season
Overall,
on the
but-
road, you know?
Yeah.
So if they can continue that upward trajectory on the road, you got to figure positive things in the future.
Positive. Think positive. Kyle. Crawford makes one mistake and he's a worst. The man is human, just like Steph Curry. Come on, Trace. Kyle, I was trying to find one worse. It can't just be the best and the best.
Carmen, I just want to see Therese do this emoji. Do it!
What is this emoji? What is the emoji?
I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it.
It's hard to see.
Welcome back to Giants Outsiders. Therese Vignal, and this is John Wilson.
Not
filling
Grant.
in. No, not Grant.
Not Grant.
Grant is drunk in the mountains somewhere. So, anyways, let's get right into fair or foul for tonight. We've got some interesting topics to talk about. First one, fair or foul. Join us on NBC Bay Area's Facebook page to join the conversation. Right down there, folks. Go there, please.
there.
Please and thank you. Okay, the Giants finished 6-6 on the road for the month of June. Can they continue this road trip trend the rest of the season? Fair or foul? And let me know why you think that way. Go.
I'm going to go fair.
You're going to go fair.
I'm going to be Mr. Optimistic here. I feel like that's an anti-Grant thing.
Yeah, that's very
Right?
anti-Grant,
Right?
yeah.
So I'm going to be very optimistic here. I'm going to say fair. And mainly because I want it to happen because of the difference that it makes in their record. So right now they're sitting at 8 games under 500 for the season. They were 17 and 26 entering tonight on the road, but they finished June 6-6. Now, if they are able to go 500 on the road from here on out and keep the same home winning percentage that they've been able to accumulate so far this season, they're looking at upwards of about 88 wins. If they're somehow able to go on a tear on the road and make it so that they're 500 for the season on the road, they're looking at about 92 to 93 wins.
Wow.
So you see, if they're able to just be 500 on the road and continue to be good at home, makes a whirlwind of difference in their season. So I'm going to say they're going to do it.
Sandy says fair as long as the pitching holds up. Kyle, fair. Quality pitching, which the Giants have at this moment, is how you win on the road. Brad, fair. All of these great quality starts will lead to many more road wins. Lisa, fair. Giants are finally hot. Fire emoji. And will only get hotter when Cueto returns.
Yes,
Three-
more.
three fire
Send more
emojis.
emojis so she can act them out. That's all I'm here for.
Justin says foul because they don't get consistent hitting on their road trips to back up their pitching. I feel like I don't know. I want to believe that the offense has turned around a little bit. But let's continue with what other people think as well. At Mike Heck 37 Fair, they are on 3 fire emojis.
What is that?
3 fire emojis.
What about, is there a fourth one?
No,
Oh.
there was just
3.
3, and one's in your face. Okay. At Travis Buffer B, if they can just finish every month on the road at 500 or a game over, they'll finish with a 37-40 road wins. And the way that they're playing at home, that would get them to 90-plus wins. And
My math was correct.
Hopefully the division.
I mean, if you win 90 games, you at least got a wild card spot.
Yeah.
At least a second wild card spot, right?
Yeah.
So 500 on the road is the key, whether it's 500 from here on out or 500 overall, which would be even better.
That's how you make a postseason, right? At Panic Soar, like panic, the name, soar, like he's a dinosaur. Okay. Anyways,
Oh,
there we go.
I see what you did
Fair.
there.
They are bound to score more runs on the road. The pitching is elite enough to hold on the fort until the offense comes alive, which it should normally come alive on the road, even though this year they are more offensive at home. I'll end on this one. Big time Timmy Jim on Twitter. I just wanted to say that name. Fair. Once Cueto and Shark come back, Giants could probably have the best pitching staff in the division. Let's roll with that into our next fair or foul topic. With Samardzija and Cueto returning. So background information.
It's about to get
Samardzija's
spicy.
supposed to make one more rehab start. Cueto's supposed to make one more rehab start as well. And then they're back. So with that information, Rodriguez and Suarez are the odd men out of the starting rotation despite their solid performances in June. Fair or foul?
Man, that was a question that you posed that was getting real spicy
It
on the
got
Twitter machine.
everyone really
real spicy.
fire emojis
Yeah,
everywhere.
it was making me hotter than this hoodie is in here right now. That is tough because you figure with what Samardzija's making, with as good as Cueto was before he got hurt, you have to play those guys when they get back. So you look at what are your options? Your options are Ty Block's already out of the rotation.
Yeah.
So Stratton, you got Rodriguez, you got Suarez, and you got Holland. Well, Holland I don't think has any options to go back down.
No.
Stratton has the most experience out of the remaining 3. That really leaves your rookies of Suarez and Rodriguez. And man, both those guys have been lights out lately. So I want to say it's foul that those guys get pushed out. Unfortunately, Bochy tends to stick with the guys who have the experience, which generally works out for him. So I think it's fair. I think it's going to end up being Rodriguez and Suarez that are pushed out, but that's not necessarily what I want to see.
Yeah, it's not. I know a lot of people that when we posed this question on Twitter before we started the show, that's what got everyone riled up was, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see them stay. They've earned the right to stay.
Yeah.
But you have to also consider what Bochy does. He usually gives veterans the benefit of the doubt, and then you also have to take into consideration who has options.
Yeah.
Who has options?
You know, and every time you want to say, well, this guy's performing better right now, who cares if he's younger? Look at a Gorkys Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought Gorkys would be having the year that he's having right now? But that's a manager trusting his gut and also realizing that a guy who's been here and experienced things probably can work through lulls or work through opportunities a little better than a rookie can. So
I would think someone that's won 3 World Series should be given the benefit
I'm
of
going
the
to
doubt.
value his opinion.
So Francisco says no, Strat goes to the bullpen, but one of Suarez D-Rod will be sent down. Lisa says foul, Shark should probably be the one gone first. The problem is you also have to take into consideration Shark's contract.
Yeah, and you know, the issue with putting Stratton in the bullpen is you already have a long reliever starter in the bullpen right now with Ty Block. So then do you push Ty Block out? I mean, you're not going to really have
No,
2
you're
starting
not.
pitchers in your bullpen.
He's your Yusmeiro Petit now. He's
Exactly.
your long reliever. He's your guy when someone's struggling, you can throw him in inning number 3 and rely on like 3 good innings coming
Exactly.
from him.
So you're not going to have 2 of those guys.
No. Rob says Rodriguez only because he needs to develop a 4th pitch, and Pierce Johnson deserves to go back down. So so Rob is going into the bullpen as to who's going to be moved out and to make room for the other guys to be moved to the bullpen. We also have Giants outsider on Twitter. So foul.
That's me.
No.
I thought that was me.
As they say, you can never have enough pitching. Things can turn quickly in baseball. What the Giants are getting from these guys now, maybe what they're getting for the month or 2, but now Holland and Stratton are more likely the candidates. It's nice to have depth. Frank on Twitter, both should stay. Rodriguez ain't going anywhere. Shark should earn his way back in Sacramento. Opinions, but
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that.
I think he's going to be back in
Stenzi
rotation.
4, foul for once play results over salary. At SR Parinti says, we all know it's foul, but what else is going to happen? Tell me who else you could get rid of.
This is my favorite question of the night. Pat says, who is Starvin Bagley?
Jeez. All right. Unfortunately, we've run out a little bit of time for fair or foul, but we can still dive into some of the conversation on Twitter and on Facebook, so join us on there. In the meantime, when we come back after this commercial break, we want to hear your player of the game. They do it on KNBR Rap Show. We show that, but now it doesn't matter what the 4 of those band members think, right?
We do what
Get
we
the
want.
band back together.
Do what we want.
We do what we want on this show. So we want to know who is your player of the game. Tell us on all the social spheres. We're going to read them when we come back. Let's do this. We also have friend of the show. So many friends of the show.
Woo!
Yay!
Woo!
Let's do this.
Oh, Lisa Singley is one of my new favorite people because
Why?
So that Pat question I asked, who is Starving Bagley? She goes, Pat, he's not Grant. That was my favorite response of the night.
John says, foul. I look forward to Suarez and Rodriguez pitching. They're both really good. Yeah, it's a matter of like who will be the odd man out. It's going to be a really tough decision. The other topic we were going to dive into, which we can do after the show, was did Bochy make the right decision going with
Yeah,
Hansen versus Slater tonight?
that's a spicy topic as well.
That all got the peeps riled up. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about it after we're on TV for all of you Facebook Live viewers. Hooray. But player of the game, I want to know, who did you pick? If you can only pick one, but you know the rules of the show, you can do whatever you want.
You can't pick Austin Slater either.
No. Isn't that who you picked?
I thought about it. I think I'm also going to throw out a stat of the day
Oh, you're going to, in the C block or now?
on C block.
All right, you're going to do
So
it then.
I think I'm just going to build that stat into my player of the night.
All right. So who are you picking?
I think I'm going to pick the obvious choice.
Yeah, all right.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Fine. It's not so obvious.
Spoiler alert. The obvious choice, Ty Block.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with. I'm going with the Dark Horse.
I'm surprised I still have this hoodie on.
All right, people, we're going back on just a few short seconds. I know.
Carmen Q picked Brandon Belt because hashtag brand.
Yes.
She's staying on brand.
Welcome back to Giants Outsiders. Therese Vignal. This is John Wilson. Not to be
Grant.
confused
Not Grant.
with Grant. Not Grant. This is
Not
the
Grant.
Grantless Giants Outsiders show.
It's actually the only one of the year that's going to be Grantless.
Well,
so
this
we're
has
milking
been-
this.
For Giants Outsiders, this is the first time we have been Grantless. It's going well. Grant, stay in the mountains.
It's the best
Just
show
kidding.
of the year.
Okay, so we always like to end things with a few fun segments, and first up is Player of the Game. The KNBR Rap Show, they always do their Player of the Game where they go around and they can't pick, the same guy twice. So we want to know who you would pick for Player of the Game. If you had to pick one, but you know the rules, if you watch the show, there are no rules, so you can pick multiple people if you want. John, would you like to go first?
I'm going to go first.
All right.
And I'm actually going to include a stat of the day
Oh.
in my my
Let's see
player
if
that I
it's
picked
worthy.
tonight. All right.
All right.
So entering tonight, the Giants had 10 quality starts out of their last 13 starts. So with the night that Derek Rodriguez had tonight, that now makes it 11 out of their last 14 starts that they've gone quality starts, which is 6 innings, 3 earned run or less. And Derek Rodriguez has actually had 2 in a row. So you look at their last 14 starts. Again, I mentioned that they've had 11 quality starts. They've won 10 of those games. So we've talked about offense a little bit, but the pitching has really, to me, been the most key to this current success that they've been having in June. And Derek Rodriguez, my guy tonight, 6 1/3, no earned runs, no runs at all.
So you've wrapped it all into
So
one big bow.
I got a
So you
stat of
did
the day and a player.
There you go. Stat
That's
of
a
the
2 for
day.
1.
You get spirit fingers
Package
for that.
deal.
All right. Let's see what some other people are saying. We have Bo, who's going Rodriguez, no doubt. Paul Rodriguez with many Z's at the end of
AKA
that.
Baby Fat.
Jason's going Kutch. We also have Mike, who's picking Panda. Yeah. We have Bob, who's going with D-Rog. We have Brad.
D-Rog?
Yeah, D-Rog.
I'm guessing that's a typo.
I know, but I'm saying it as is.
That's because you're a journalist.
Yes. Steph is going player of the game as the bullpen. No runs allowed tonight. I like that pick. We also have Pete who picked Kutch, and we have Carmen who picked D-Rod. And on Facebook, Twitter. Let's see what the results are. So we posted this up on Twitter, and the results are in. 84% of people, like you,
That's dominant.
picked Derek Rodriguez.
That's
we have
dominant.
9% who picked B. Crossum, Brandon Crawford, 5% who went McCutcheon, Andrew McCutcheon, and 2% who went for Don't Panic, Joe Panic.
I think, any other game of the year, when you got 3 guys who hit a home run, scored multiple runs, did things on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I think
So I can't pick Crawford because I did make him way worse, and Kyle called me out on that, and that's fine. But I guess I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with McCutcheon and Panic. There you go. I'm going McCutcheon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
this
mean,
is
if
what
I
we
can
do.
combine 2 things,
No,
why can't you?
You're a guest on the show. I'm just kidding. Okay. So now that we've picked players of the game, it's time for friend of the show.
Woo.
Yay! So let's show our friends of the show tonight. We have 2. And they both happen to be furry friends of the show. We have Sherry, who tweeted out, #Giants Outsiders. Crawford is a huge fan.
I love the hat.
And then we also have another furry friend of the show from Carmen. This is old, and he's carrying some holiday weight, but here's my submission for friend of the show. You can be our friend of the show and have your picture featured on TV, just like what you saw with Sherry and Carmen, by simply using #GiantsOutsiders or tweeting at us at SFG Outsiders. Our next show, you won't be on. Grant allegedly
Thanks for
is
rubbing
coming
it
back
in.
from the mountains. But if he's not, maybe John will be here. Next show won't be until Thursday, July 5th. That's when the Giants are back home and they're hosting a 10-game homestand. We'll have a bunch of Outsiders shows then. Maybe John will be back. We don't know.
Somebody called me Drant based on my GIF pronunciation. That was pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Anything else you want to say to your new fans that you have?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for not causing a mutiny over my GIF pronunciation. Thanks for letting me be not Grant. I had a blast being here.
Are you ready to take that sweatshirt off?
I am.
Okay.
I didn't want to do that during the show. I didn't want to do that to the people out there.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
We might.
I do have a Harry Potter
Pause.
Giants shirt underneath, though, so maybe I should.
Keep your clothes on. Okay, we're going to end on that. Time to fade to black. Tell the guys
My
in the back.
Patronus is a giant. My Patronus is a giant.